Welcome to the Inspiration Station hosted by Joshua Lenox, the place to fill up your tank if you're in need of encouragement and motivation.
Hey, everybody. Y'all, this is the Inspiration Station, and y'all already know how we do it. We upsize in 2025 all day, every day. Y'all, we have 5 more days left. 5 more days left until this year is completely over. I mean, we're like right at the cusp. We're like right on the precipice of 2026. Can y'all believe it? It has already been, I mean, we're days away from this year being complete. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what this year has been, what this year has meant, and also what it's launching us forward into. So I'm going to get into that in just a little bit. And I'm actually not going to be on here long with you guys. I love y'all dearly, but I want you to continue to enjoy your families or enjoy your downtime or just enjoy your Friday as well, which is the last Friday in this year, last Friday in this month. So, hope as y'all are coming in, I know sometimes it takes y'all a little time. Some of y'all be just dragging in, coming in, but once y'all come in, it's just rolling on the river. I hope that each and every one of you have had a really good holiday. I hope that your Christmas was really well, went really well yesterday, Thursday. Goodness, y'all. I mean, the days are running together. It's almost like what is the day? What is the month? What is the year? We're about to say that soon, right? Here we are, December 26th, y'all. Can you believe it? As you're coming in, let me know how you're doing. Let me know how things have been going for you. And as I always say, even over the holidays, y'all, we can have some challenges, but we can overcome them, but we're not getting stuck in them, but we're not being stagnant in them, but we're not circling on those things that we're dealing with. But we also are always persevering because we have the endurance to do so. We have the tenacity to do so. We got the history to do so because the history in your life tells me that there's not been one thing you have not been able to overcome or that you have not been able to push through, no matter what it is. So, as y'all are coming in, got to say what's up to all of y'all out there on YouTube Live, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, Spotify, Amazon, Audible, Apple. I always say Amazon and Audible, y'all, but I think that's the same thing. But y'all been rocking with me with it, and I really appreciate it. So nobody's called that to my attention, so we're just gonna keep doing that. I think the double A's just come out just like that. But as y'all are coming in, hope that you all have had great travels. If you're traveling home still, or I don't know if you're wherever you're listening from. I don't know what time it is that you'll be listening to. And those that are live with me right now, I just want to say I'm very grateful for each and every one of you who have continued to show up and show out on the inspiration station. So I mean, just give yourself a round of applause. I'm not going to clap literally because that would be very loud in the microphone. I don't want to do that, but I want to tell y'all this literally marks um last Christmas I had a meeting with my producer Jason Wilson. He just pitched the idea to me. You ever thought about doing a podcast? I was like, no, not at all. But he saw something in me, he believed in me, and you know what? People would say things to me in the past about you should do a podcast, you should do a podcast. I'm like, hey, you should mind your business. You should do one. Why don't you do one? But here we are, and I mean, as we're going into January, the first week of January will mark a year. Because this is actually the last inspiration station of the year. Because the next time y'all see me, it will be next year. It will be January, which is phenomenal to say, amazing to say. But I just want to say, too, let that be a testament to each and every one of you that you will make such progress in something and you'll watch something grow that you've done. And sometimes you're not as present with it, but it's very good to look at what you've done and look back and just kind of be like, wow, who would have known? Who would have known I would have been in this place in my life before? Who would have known I've accomplished what I've accomplished? Who would have known that I've achieved what I've achieved? Who would have known what that leap of faith was going to lead me to today? And I'm already going into what I'm going to talk about today. So let me just get the preliminaries out the way. We're going to talk a little something, and we're going to get out of here, right? I told y'all we're not talking long, so I don't know. I don't want to hear it. Don't fold your arms up. Don't get sad. I know this is your favorite time of the week, and this is your thing that you look forward to being here with me, and I want you to be here with me too, but we're not staying here long tonight. But let me say this also. The inspiration station for any of you who are here for the first time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now you're stuck like glue with us. You can't go anywhere, so you have to show up every Friday, okay? We're going to be looking for you. But This is the Inspiration Station. Y'all, we're here because each and every one of us are inspiration, not only to other people, but to ourselves. We have several different moments in our lives where we can look back and say, hey, I might have to pulled from those years in my life to encourage myself right now, to remind myself that there's nothing I can't do, there's nothing I can't overcome, that I'm always victorious. Only L's that I take are lessons. So we're always inspiring other people, but most importantly, you're inspiring yourself if you allow yourself to, and you've got to in here. There's no other choice. This is where we're open, we're honest, and we're vulnerable, not only with others, but also with ourselves. And also, we have to do that because the greatest relationship that's often neglected is what, class? The ones with ourselves. I'm telling y'all gonna get the MVP award for this year. I'm telling y'all, y'all are on point with this. The one relationship we often neglect the most is with ourselves. So I also want to point out that there are people who will be coming on here, and as we're starting the next year, we're going to be gearing up for that greatly to have people in here that are going to be sharing their nuggets, sharing their pieces of their lives with us, and allowing us to pick up some things that they're saying, get some wisdom, and run on and see what the end is going to be. But be able to put some things in your toolbox and also to know that you are more relatable than you know. You're not the only one that goes through what you've gone through. You're not the only one who's winning like you're winning either. It's just that it's individual. You're the individual that this is happening for and through. But there are people out there who you can relate to as well. So without further ado, y'all, I want to say to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As the numbers continue to just skyrocket, I saw live last week. There was up to about 4,000 people watching at one time, and God be praised. To God be the glory for the great things that He's doing, not just for me, but also for you in your life, and not just here in the Inspiration Station. But what is the Inspiration Station? We are. So there are great things happening for you. There are great things happening through you, and there's great things happening to you. Always, always. And we cannot be remiss to look at those things. And matter of fact, I'm jumping right in, but I don't really have a actual title. I want you to just take this time today and up for these next 5 days of the year. Spend time going back down memory lane. Spend some time reflecting over this year, looking at each and every piece of this puzzle that's come together. Some of y'all are probably like, but I don't feel like I've done everything that I could have done in this year. How do you know? How do you know? How are you tracking your progress? Is it because you needed everything to be fulfilled, everything to be completed? Or what if some things just needed to be started as ideas? What if I needed to do some small things to lead to bigger things this year? What if there were some visions and dreams that you just knew that you were going to get started on and you were going to complete? And what if it hasn't been completed, but you've already got some pieces to this puzzle in place? When we look at a puzzle, literally, I've talked about this before, we look at a puzzle box. On the outside of it, we see the complete picture. But when you got all these scattered pieces, it's like, oh goodness. A lot of people put the border together. Can I get some witnesses out there, my puzzle lovers? You kind of put the outside together first because that seems to be the easiest part. Because once that happens, now we've got to fill it in. So, what if this year was a year of you framing things? I wasn't even going to talk about this. I don't know where they come from. Look, thank you, Lord. But what if this year was you framing things and starting to fill in the puzzle pieces as you were going, as each month was going, as each week was going? But maybe it's not complete yet. But maybe it's not complete to your liking because you're like, I wanted this thing to be done. I wanted this to look like what I envisioned it to look like. But what if, as we're going into launching into this new year, what if that's the time for some of these pieces are going to be coming together so fast? It's like, oh, wait, maybe that's what the last year or this year, 2025, was about momentum. Momentum to build up to the place of where I'm getting to a place of fulfillment in my life. Some of the things I've desired, I've wanted, that I've labored for, that I've fought for, I've challenged myself for, that I've cried for, that I've prayed for, that I've fasted for, that I kept knocking on the door and asking God, hey, Lord, send me a sign. Come on, DMX. But it's like maybe this is the time that all of this work and labor, it was not in vain. Nothing that you did this year was in vain. And some of you, if you think, actually, all of you, you have succeeded and achieved much more than you believe. It may not look according to what your plan was or what you purposed things to look like, what your execution looked like. You've done an absolutely amazing job, an excellent job. And I don't want any of you to even think about being down on yourself if certain things hadn't come to pass yet. Because again, We're not really on your time. You do all that you can on your part. Let God do the rest. But you got to do your part too. And as I shared with you guys before, when I was praying, asking God, just evaluating, I like to evaluate and ask God to assess me. God, search me. Where am I in your will? Where am I in your word over my life that you spoke? What are the things you've told me? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Sometimes you don't know, but at the same time, you gotta try. Even if you don't, if you're asking, you feel like he's quiet, that might mean you okay with trying to seek things, search for things, try things, take leaps of faith. Taking leaps of faith or even activating your faith, you're not going to always hear God tell you every step of the way. That's just not how he operates, because you wouldn't be leaning on him. You would be also leaning on your own understanding. The word says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your path. He will direct your path. You can't lean on what you think. And sometimes we have our own way of thinking. And as I always say, you never lose. Okay. The only L's that we take are lessons. Because even if I'm going to the left and I'm like, well, he ain't giving me no specific directions. But what if that's the direction I'm supposed to take? And then for him to guide me more to the right, whatever that is. But how would I know that? That's not faith if I know every step to take. You don't know every step that you need to take, but you got to pay attention to what's around you. Pay attention to what God is sending your way. Pay attention to the people God is sending your way. Let me say this before I go into anything else. Like I said, we're not going to be long tonight at all. But I noticed something on Christmas when I was speaking with my family, my great uncle and great aunt, and some of my cousins. Uh, I'm the person in the family, and I'm a person, period. If you know me personally, I have a very sharp memory. Some people have loved that about me, and some people have been like, "Oh, why do you have to remember everything?" I'm like, "Look, don't lie to me, because I'm going to call you on it. I'm gonna catch you." But seriously, I have a very sharp memory, and my memory literally goes back to the earliest memory I had was at 18 months, and I literally believe this is just a gift God has given me of having a memory to go back that far. Now, do I remember every single thing, y'all? No, I'm not a robot. I'm not AI either. But I remember the earliest memory is 18 months. But while we were talking together, they always know when we're talking about historical things or things, they'll just ask me, or I can tell them, I can almost tell them what they had on. I can tell them what year it was. I can tell them what season it was. I can tell them what we were talking about or every part of the event. That's just who I am. Why I'm saying that is because I was being told certain things I didn't really recognize about myself. They were saying, well, when I was growing up, I just was very attentive. I would sit back and listen. I didn't talk over people. You know how sometimes people say children shouldn't be around grown folks when they're talking? Well, I was so quiet, they didn't ever notice. But I listened, I paid attention. I asked a lot of questions. I was very inquisitive. I was very involved in people's lives of my family. I always knew everything that was going on, even as a child. I mean, I was 5 years old and I could have been telling my older cousins or my great uncles and aunts about things that I know about them, and they just would be baffled. Also, because one of the things about me too is I was able to, on my mother's side, have a lot of time with my great uncles and aunts, a lot of them, and also my cousins. And I was the baby for a long time. I was the first great grandchild, and it was amazing to me hearing some of the things they were saying and talking about how they knew I was gonna, entertain. They knew I was gonna dance. They knew I was gonna sing. They knew I was gonna act. There's certain things you could see in me as a kid, and also always being an encourager. How I always would push anybody. I would encourage, push you, believe in you, and I would be just a little kid. But it was so just me. I'm using this as a tool in getting you to look back over your life in general, to recognize that there are things in you that you've always had there. And now you might look at your life and you like, some of this stuff makes sense as to why I'm in the career field that I am, why I'm I have this type of personality, why I show up the way I do, why I love people, maybe why and I'm close to people, why I'm so open to people, maybe why I'm so closed off. um, Whatever it is, sometimes it's important to look back, not to stay there, but it's great to reflect back sometimes and think about who you used to be. And why I'm saying that, I feel some of y'all being like, oh, I don't know about talking about who or thinking about who I used to be. Every part of you ain't never been all bad. Every part of you has not always been ugly parts. The whole of you has always been good. The whole of you has always been great. Have you had some bad parts, some ugly parts, some bruised parts? Sure. Everything about you is still good. And I'm saying that. I don't need anybody to co-sign with me either. Everything about you has always been good. There are always going to be some not so good parts, some ugly parts. Everything about you's been good. Sometimes, though, you didn't know it yourself. Think about everything you've been exposed to in your life. It can give you an indication as to where you are, why you are where you are today, and who you are where you are today. Think about I think I remember hearing TD Jakes said that everything that you're going to become, you've already been exposed to. Everything that you're going to do in this world, you've already been exposed to. It's just that early on, you may have been getting glimpses of things. You may have been getting a little exposure so that when certain things show up, it's like, how did I know? I never knew I was going to get here. I never knew I was going to be here in my life. I never knew I was going to have this career. I never knew I was going to be doing certain things in my family. I never knew that I was going to be living certain places. All of that sounds nice, but to be honest, you actually did. You knew it. You just didn't know it. You've been given clues, but you might have not put all the pieces together. I can sit here and tell you when became a counselor, I was like, I never wanted to be a counselor. Like, I don't even know why God would put me in counseling. And I started thinking, I was like, well, wait, I started looking back, I said, I've always been a person who was easy to talk to. I've always been very trustworthy. People would trust me with secrets. I mean, even celebrities. Several celebrities that I've had the chance to work with, build relationships with, trust me with things that you wouldn't even imagine. And I'm like Fort Knox, you ain't getting nothing out of me. But I've always been a person people gravitated to. They knew they felt safe with me. They would tell me anything. And again, I've always had a heart for people. I could feel people. I would empathize and sympathize with people easily. You couldn't cry in my presence when I was growing up because I would cry with you and console you at the same time. So some parts of that, I'm like, well, to be honest, I may have not known what the title or what that was gonna be used for, but I was exposed to it already. So I want you to think about even where we talk about this year, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we're getting out of here. But just within this year, think about all the things that you have accomplished. Accomplishments and success doesn't always have to be external. We don't have to externalize everything looking for trophies, looking for a medal, looking for a certificate, looking for acknowledgement in the world of you getting a new title or a new position or new accolades of any kind. What about the person you've been growing into? What about the stuff that's been stripped away from you? What about the things that you've cried so hard about and that's been healing for you? What about the things that you notice about yourself that needed to be changed, that need to be improved, and again, that needs to be healed? It's not always externalizing our success and our achievements. You are a success and achievement as yourself. I say this all the time to many people is just to say, you are the greatest. Anybody getting close to you or knowing you, just being in your presence is enough. That's greatness by itself. Anything else that you do, that's just a bonus. Who you are is great. It's amazing to be in your presence. It's amazing to even know you. It's amazing to even have a level of proximity with you. What you can do for people, what you can do for the world, what you can do for the kingdom of God, that's a bonus. Sometimes we've been so caught up on who we are. I mean, what we can do for people, how we can show up, what we can produce as being the most important thing, not realizing you are. Because what would we be? What would you do? Somebody can do what you do, not like you can, but they can't do it like you can. That's because it comes out of you. It starts from within you. The core of who you are comes through whatever you do. I always say this. I love the actress Taraji P. Henson, but anything she plays, she's going to capture the role completely. But you're going to see her shine through too. You're going to see Taraji come out of her characters. But when you're looking at her, you see the character, but you're going to see her come through as well. So what my thing is, who she is, that's the greatest part of what she brings to being an actress. But how she does it and what she gives to audiences all the time, that's the bonus. That's the bonus. So I want you to take some time. I'm telling y'all, we're really done. I want you to take some time for these next couple of days. You don't have to write anything down. If you want to write it down, cool. If you want to type it out, want to record something, I want you to look back over this year and look at I want you to frame everything in victory. Maybe I had a victory in being stop. I stopped suppressing my emotions. I started allowing myself to be sad. for moments. I started allowing myself to feel the depressiveness that came or the anxiousness. I cried. People are who were in my life are no longer in my life. I had to move to a new city and I didn't want to. I had to change jobs. I had to change my career. Maybe relationships of any kind ended. What is something, again, frame it from a place of where it's an achievement, it's a success. Because even though we got 5 days left in this year and in this month, there's still a lot of things that can happen. It's still a lot of things that can happen. Still a lot of things that can happen for you immediately, suddenly. We're not done with the year yet. A lot can happen in 5 days. But what I want you to do is to look back at everything in this year and look at those highlights of saying, I have achieved more than I imagined. And also look at those successes that we always deem as successes, where you come up, you've elevated in certain areas of your life, and it doesn't have to mean possessions or a monetary value or anything of that nature. Just who you are. What have you improved on? What have you changed? What has changed about your lifestyle? What do you notice in this year that's not even remotely close to 2024? Because right now you're on a launching pad, and not because we're going into a new year. Going on this launching pad because you're still evolving into a new you, and that's all the time. I just talked to y'all a couple of weeks ago about this orientation of the new you. You're in training right now, and some of this training that you've been getting this year, you're about to be put to work. As soon when we turn over to 2026, I guarantee you, majority of y'all, before even in these 5 days, some things are going to start turning for you in your life that you thought wasn't going to happen until maybe a few months later, or I needed more time with this. Things are going to start turning for you quickly. You have been through the training grounds in many areas of your life, and you're ready to go get it. You're ready to start being launched into certain things, certain assignments, certain parts of your callings, certain moves you're going to make, whether that's a physical move, whether that's you moving in your careers. You maybe are starting to start a business. Maybe you're going to start a family. Maybe you're open to dating again. Maybe you're open to marrying again. Maybe marriage is knocking at your door. You've been in a relationship. Maybe it's time for you to go to the next step. I don't know what that is for you. Maybe you finally want to step out on your talents and skills and gifts and no longer be afraid. Maybe you've been feeling like you've been hidden for so long, but maybe that's also because you've been prepared for what's about to come. So I told you I wasn't going to be long. I really just want to have a good, quick chit chat for y'all, and so y'all can see me before, because you won't. Next time you see me, it'll be next year. I'm gonna look totally different. But I want you to also be very proud of yourself. You have a lot to be proud of. It takes courage to be you. It takes courage for somebody like you to show up every day. It takes courage to be you. It's not easy to be you. You've always been peculiar. You've always been strange. You've always stood out. You've always been somebody who people don't understand greatly or immediately. You've always been a person who has certain capabilities that you couldn't even put into words. You've always been a person that people are ready to shut down, but they can't. You've always been a person that people have tried to silence, but they couldn't. It takes courage to be who you are. It takes courage for you to show up every day and give it 100%, even when you're not at 100%. So have some gratitude for yourself. Have an attitude of gratitude for yourself. You've done more than you think. You've done better than you think. You've become better than you think. Because you're not the same person you used to be. I know because I see all of y'all. I know all of y'all. I've been to all of your houses, all the thousands of you all. But I want to just say too, again, thank you. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who continue to show up every Friday, and even those that you watch later on as and listen later on. I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you, and let me be an example to show you again how you'll start something that you didn't really intend to do. You start something you might not be as comfortable with doing because it's new, but you do it anyway. Don't ever let those moments of fear that creep up or those moments of doubt or second guessing stop you from moving forward. Let it fuel you to even want to try it even greater. It's like, okay, what am I going to lose if I try this new thing, whatever it is? You're not going to lose anything because what we do, only else we take our lessons. You might try some things and maybe you find out that might not work this way, or it might be some other way I want to do this. Just try. You can bet on yourself. You're worth it. So anyway, I love y'all. This is our last Friday, our last inspiration station in this year. So I'm excited. It's gonna be great. Groundbreaking. It's a lot of things that are going to happen for you, and I can feel it and I know it. Some of y'all have been waiting patiently. You've been crying. You just been thinking like, God, where are you? When are things going to happen that I've been writing down? I've been writing the vision and making it plain. Well, I know it Terry, but okay, it's been Terry, and it's been a little minute, God. What are you going to do? God's word does not return to him void. It will accomplish what he sends it to do. If he told you, it's going to happen. You can take that to the bank and cash it all day. If he told you something, if he gave you the vision, if he gave you the dream, that's because he knew you had the capacity to fulfill it. So don't even start getting shaky because certain things didn't take off like you thought in this year. But what if it is already doing more than what you think, just as it being up here? Maybe I don't see the fruit of it yet. I don't see the manifestation of it yet, but it's still in the forefront of my mind. I'm still writing things. I'm still researching things. I'm still looking for things. And maybe you started some things and it's not starting out as fast as you think it should. Trust it. Trust the process. Trust the God of the process. He knows what he's doing. You might not always know, but he does. So if he gave you that vision, if he gave you that dream, that's because you have the capacity to fulfill it. And I don't want to say nothing else, y'all. Okay, leave me alone. Stop talking. Stop typing and stuff. Anyway, I hope that y'all have an amazing remainder of this Friday evening. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. You've always been great, and you're just getting better, and you're learning to embrace it. Finally, you're learning to embrace. You've always been great. Them rose-colored glasses are gone. Those negative voices are gone. Those negative people are gone. Those negative core beliefs are gone. And even when they show up, you're going to be able to challenge them, put on them boxing gloves and say, nope, not over here. Nope. They're going to come. Negative thoughts are going to come. Fear is going to come. Anxiety is going to come. But it does not have to overcome you. It will come, but you can overcome those things. So I will see y'all next year, January, right? 2026. Still at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Y'all help me. And all my international people, you know your time zones very well. I've got to learn some of them, especially from a lot of you. I'm starting to learn where you're watching overseas and multiple different continents, which I am so excited about. God is good. You just never know what you're doing and what that's going to do when you just obey. When God asks you to do something, trust that he's got you. Even if you're like, I don't know, I never intended to do this, trust him because he knows what's in you and he knows who you are greater than you ever will. So he knows what you're capable of. So I love y'all. Have a wonderful rest of this Friday. Enjoy the rest of this month. Over the next 5 days, just reflect. Give yourself gratitude. Recognize it takes a lot to be you. It takes courage to be you. And you have been through so many things to get to the place where you are today, but you never stopped, even when you wanted to. You wanted to give up, but you didn't because you're still here. It's tough. It's rough, but so are you. You're tough too. And nothing can stop you. So I will see y'all next week. Love yous. Continue to share, spread love. Now more than ever, we need the unity, and it starts with you. Bye.
Thanks for watching The Inspiration Station with Joshua Lenox. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.